All right, so today is called Building and Releasing Inner Fire. Kind of pause there. So we are going to build some heat, but the most important thing that I want to focus on is releasing this heat out of our bodies so that we don't keep it within our bodies and then it just tightens us up, or it tightens us up so much that we explode in a manner that doesn't serve our body, mind, spirit. So let's get started. We're going to get right into it too. Let's begin in a Tadasana mountain pose. Stand at attention. So feet are hip width apart. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let's close our eyes and start to breathe, following our breath to our movements. Inhale, raise your shoulders, and exhale as you bring them back and down. And just do a couple more, rolling your shoulders up and down, just to kind of start building that heat. So when we are exhaling, restrict the back of your throat so that you can feel that heat kind of building already. You can connect to your Ujjayi breath, which does mean victorious. So in this session, it's going to be victorious to release. And circle your shoulders the opposite way. So inhale as you come up, exhale as you bring your shoulders forward and down. Have a little flex in your belly. Maybe even a little tiny flex in your quads and your glutes. And follow that breath. Nice. Go ahead and pause here for just a moment. Maybe lift your toes so that you can feel all four corners of your feet. Butterfly, open your eyes. And let's inhale, bring our hands up high. Exhale, shoot that bum back, hands to your heart center or at your chest, thumbs press against your heart or your sternum. You're in chair pose. If you want to make this chair harder, you can bring your hands up high. I'm going to have my hands right at my heart center, but we're going to create the beginning of our heat here. So another couple more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. And we're not necessarily following our breath in this pose, but we are going to lengthen our breath while we're sitting here in chair pose. And you can just be at like a little quarter squat like me. You don't need to come into a half squat. So we're just breathing. We are breathing. We're bringing that heat into the quads. So we do need to warm those up before we get into our goddess pose or horse pose. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, straighten your legs and release into your forward fold. Fingertips to the mat. Just pause here for just a moment and pedal your feet 1 foot at a time. So lift your heel 1 foot, lift your other heel and your other foot. And let's inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands above or below your knees. Hug your elbows in. Pausing here, feeling those hamstrings. Exhale, plant your hands down, come to a modified chaturanga, so come down to your knees. Exhale, halfway down, untuck your toes. Inhale, push through the mat for your king cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, nice and easy, tuck your toes, coming up and back with your bum to your downward facing dog. Pump your dog 1 foot at a time. And let's bring our left leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, push it through for your low lunge. Drop the back knee, but keep your toes tucked. Inhale, bring your hands up high. Exhale, cactus arms and release. Nice. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, plant your right hand down, left hand comes high. Nice. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your left hand back down to the mat. Inhale, bring your hands up high. Drop the left hand and side bend over to the right. Your left hand can come to your hip, or it can just dangle down. If you have a block, you can place your hand on your block. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, float your hands down. You can place your hands on your hips or heart center, but prepare yourself. Tuck those back toes and exhale to your crescent legs. So keeping your lunge in your front leg, your heel is stacked over your toes in your right foot. You can bring your hands up high. And exhale, spread your hands wide, pivot your back foot to be parallel with the back of the mat, warrior two. Gaze over your middle finger. Shoulders are back and down. Inhale, shoot your hands up. Point your toes to the corners of your mat, star pose. Have a flex in your belly. Engage your quads. Exhale, we're going right into our horse pose. So bend your legs and kind of start to dig yourself into your horse or your goddess pose. Nice. Inhale, burst up back to star. Exhale, warrior two. Keep that, get a lunge in that left leg. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, come down to the mat, plant your hands down, and high to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, shift to your toes. Exhale, halfway down. Untuck your toes, push through the mat. Keep your legs off the mat though. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Give yourself a couple pumps. Pump, pump, pump. Pump your legs. Get into your hamstrings, maybe into your calves. Give yourself a generous bend if you want to get into your lats. Straighten your legs, coming back to downward facing dog. And let's bring our right foot high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, push it through, low lunge. Drop the back foot, keep your toes tucked. Inhale, hands up. Oh, yeah. Exhale, release, bringing your elbows wide, cactus arms. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, left hand down to the mat. Right hand comes high to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hand all the way down to the mat. Inhale, hands up. And then exhale, float your hands down to your hips or whatever is going to help you gracefully come into your crescent legs. Deep breath in. And exhale. Nice. And then slowly raise yourself off the mat. Keep your lunge in your right leg. Stack your heel over your toes. You feel that nice little tug on your left front hip. Inhale, bring your hands up high. And exhale, warrior two. Spread your hands wide. Keep that lunge. Make sure your knee is over your ankle. Gaze over your middle finger. Inhale, burst up to your star pose. Point your toes to the corners of your mat. And flex everything. We're creating that heat. Flex your quads, your glutes, your core. And exhale, bend your knees, coming right into your horse pose. I'm kind of wiggling myself because I'm wiggling myself deeper into that horse pose. Feel that fire. Inhale, burst up to your star pose. Exhale, spread your hands wide, come back to your warrior two legs. Back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Inhale, crescent lunge, pivot your feet so that you're in your crescent lunge legs. And exhale, come all the way down, plant your hands down. High to low plank, chaturanga. I'll let you go at your own pace. Otherwise, inhale, shift to your toes. Exhale, halfway down. Untuck your toes, push through the mat. Keep your legs off the mat. Gaze up, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring that bum up and back. Pump through your legs. And then bring your knees down to the mat. Big toes to touch, knees mat width apart. Reach for the top of the mat, child pose. Give yourself a rest. Take some deep breaths in and out. And as you release the heat that you've created, set an intention for your practice today. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Release and allow clarity to come into your mind, body, spirit. And let's inhale up to a tabletop. And as gracefully as possible, 1 foot at a time, we're going to come into our forward fold. So bring your feet hip width apart. And exhale, try to reach your head down to the mat. Just get into the hamstrings a little bit before we really start to bring some fire into our legs here. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come on up. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and come parallel to your mat. You might want to move your mat so that it's parallel with whatever you're watching. Spread your feet nice and wide. We're coming into horse pose again, so your toes can be pointed out. For me, it's easier for when my toes are pointed out versus being parallel. So toes pointed out slightly. Inhale, bring your hands up high. Star pose, so your hands are up. Give a slight flex to your quads, to your glutes. You're going to release any kind of tension in your back. And exhale, hands can come to your heart center or at your chest and start to bend your knees so that you're in your horse pose. Your shoulders are over your hips as much as possible, so you're not coming forward in your horse pose. We want to make sure that we are stacked. Knees stacked over the ankles. And then the pressure of your feet is going to be on the outside of the bottom of your feet. So it forces you to have an arch in your feet. So deep breath in and exhale. Nice. Inhale. Oh, come up to star pose. Pivot your feet so that they are parallel with the edges of your mat. And exhale. Fold forward for wide-legged forward fold. Nice. So we're just getting started into our goddess pose, horse pose. So we're going to take it a little slow with the time that we have. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come on up. Let's do that again. Pivot your feet so that your toes are pointed to the corners of your mat. Inhale, hands up. Star pose. Exhale, come back to your horse pose, but place your hands on your knees. We're going to do some shoulder dips. So inhale, exhale, dip your left shoulder towards the mat. So you're bending both elbows, but your left shoulder is towards the mat more so than your right. You can gaze up or you can gaze down. This feels really good on the shoulders. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears as much as possible. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, dip into your right shoulder. So you should feel a little tug on the front side of your shoulder along with creating this heat. Inhale, come back to center and release to your star pose. Pivot your feet so that they are parallel with the edges of your mat and exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Release heat by open mouth exhale. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come on up. Let's go ahead and shake out our legs really quick. So give yourself a shimmy. Shake out your legs. And let's bring our feet wide again because we're coming back into our horse pose. Inhale, bring your hands up high. Exhale, bend your knees. Kind of dig yourself into your horse pose. And then come to your tiptoes on that right foot. Feel that burn happening in that right leg. Set that right heel down, left foot. You're raising the heel of your left foot. Feel that burn. My left leg is actually shaking right now. And then go ahead and release. Inhale, come up to star. And exhale, come back to horse pose. Raise that right heel off the mat. Set it down. Raise that left foot off the mat. Set it down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come to forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. So shift your feet to be parallel with the edges of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come on up. Go ahead and step your feet together. Shake out your legs. Give yourself a shimmy. And let's come back to that horse pose. So this time we're going to hold those toes up or those heels up. Are you ready? Inhale, hands up. Exhale, dig yourself into your goddess pose or your horse pose. Lift the right heel off the mat. And we're here for 30 seconds. Deep breath in. And exhale. Feel that swirl of heat coming through that right leg. Maybe you feel it on the left leg also. You got it. You got 10 more seconds left. Deep breath in. And exhale. Release and come to star pose. Woo! Almost fell. And then come to your wide-legged forward fold. Sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come on up. Let's go ahead, bring your feet together, shake out your legs, or shimmy, whatever you're gonna do. And let's come back to our wide stance. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. You can always bring your hands to your hips, but coming into your horse pose, we're lifting up that left heel for 30 seconds here. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, check that belly, bring that belly in close to the spine. Make sure these shoulders are over your hips. Deep breath in. Got 10 more seconds. You can do it. Come on. And deep breath in. Another one. Exhale. Go ahead and release back into your star pose. Coming right directly into your wide-legged forward fold. Nice. Deep breath in. Open mouth. Exhale. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Come on up. Bring your feet together. Let's shake out these legs and really, really try to shake them out. Shift into your left foot real quick. Let's do a quick quad stretch. So grab your right foot and pull that into your bum, your right leg into your bum, so that you can stretch that quad there. Flex your bum, flex your core so that it gets a good stretch in there. Shoulders are still back and down. Release, shift into the right foot. Left foot, try to bring that left foot or left heel into your bum. Flex, flex your tummy and your quads, or at least your right quad. And go ahead and release, shake it out. One more time. You ready? Let's do this. Inhale, bring up your hands, your feet are wide. Bring your hands to your heart center. Digging yourself right into your horse pose and lift both heels at the same time. Ready? And let's go. Deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in. If you've already dropped out of it, it's all good. No worries. Just come right back into it. We got 15 more seconds. Deep breath in. And exhale. Come on. 10 more seconds. Maybe 5. And 3, 2, and 1. Burst into your star pose. Pivot your feet. Exhale. Wide-legged forward fold. Whew. Such an easy pose, and it kind of takes your breath, right? Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come on up. Go ahead and bring your feet together. Shake out your legs however you need to shake them out. Inhale, bring your hands up high, upward salute. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Let's just do one more chaturanga for good measure. Plant your hands down. Come to a high plank or to your knees, whichever you prefer. Inhale, shift to your toes. Exhale, halfway down, untuck your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Oh yeah. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pump through your dog, maybe 1 foot at a time to get into your hamstrings. And then come down to your knees. We're coming into deer pose so that we can stretch out our quads. So left leg can come parallel with the edge of your mat. Right leg is going to come back. So you're in 90 degrees in both legs. One's in back, one's in front. And you should already feel maybe a slight tug up into your hip flexors, which is up here. Inhale. And exhale, lean back. If you can, square your shoulders off to the top of your mat. If that's not in your practice, then just use both hands to come back. Whatever feels good. So right about now, start to take your deep breaths in and out. Open mouth exhale in your exhaling though, and release. So this is the moment that we release all heat that's stuck inside of our bodies. Inhale and exhale. Restrict the back of the throat. You should feel like fire is coming out of your mouth. You can really start to feel that heat. Come up back to center. Let's switch legs. Right leg is parallel with the edge of your top of your mat. Flex both feet. Back foot is in a 90 degree. Inhale and exhale. Lean back. Try to square your shoulders off to the top of your mat. If that's not possible, you can always open up your shoulders, whatever feels good. Always making sure that your shoulders are away from your ears and that they are back and down. And deep breath in. Release, open mouth exhale. Do you feel that heat that's starting to come out? Awesome. Just release, let it go into the universe or into the air. Hopefully you are releasing everything out of your body. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Go ahead and come up, back to center. Let's bring our feet pads together. Inhale, lengthen, bound angle, and exhale. Coming into your hips. If you bring, the closer your feet are to your body, the more deeper you can get into your hips. So we're just pulling ourselves forward. Shoulders are still backing down. You're leading with your chest or your heart. Releasing the hips is always a really nice way to release energy that's in your body as well too. And go ahead and release. If you can, get a nice comfortable seat. We're gonna do a 1 minute medi. So bring, maybe sit on a block and just get really comfortable. Close your eyes. Palms facing down to give, palms facing up to receive, or you can have your hands at your prayer mudra. And take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Let's do another one of those. Inhale. And as you exhale, maybe make an audible. Just release. Release it all. Even if you feel tears coming to your eyes, just release. Release and let go. Breathe in your white light. Exhale your black smoke. Give yourself gratitude and acknowledgement for showing up today. Feel the vibrations that you've created with your practice today. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And thank you so much for coming to today's session. I hope you've really released some heat out of your body, mind, spirit. The light, the teacher, the student in me honors the light, the teacher, the student in you. Namaste.